Welcome back to the channel and thank you for coming in today. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming in. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Have a seat, get a pad, get a piece of paper, and we're going to hopefully enlighten you on some things financially. Because on this channel, we talk about things that will make money actually make sense to you. Money is not hard. It's something that we need to really be honest with ourselves and do the right thing and use some common sense to make things work out for us. And have you heard in the headlines lately how people are living paycheck to paycheck? And I'm not talking about people that have minimum wage jobs. I'm talking about people that's making $100,000 a year, maybe six figures, 150,000, $200,000 a year. They're living paycheck to paycheck. And almost half of the people living paycheck to paycheck are in this range. And you wonder, how can that happen? Well, today we're going to talk about the number one wealth killer that we all face when you start making a certain amount of money, or when you think, okay, I've gotten this raise and now it's time to relax and live it up. There is a wealth killer that's out there that not a lot of people talking about. So we're going to talk about that today. So stay tuned.
She's a go-getter, all right. What a beautiful sight. Anything she sets her mind to, she stays on it day and night. She writes the checks, she signs the deeds. She plants the fruitful seeds and still finds the time to meet all her family needs.
Now, I want you to go back down memory lane to think about when you first got that big job that really paid you some money that you thought, I never thought I'd earn this in my lifetime. Or what if you got your first raise that hit you over the six-figure amount and you thought, my financial woes are over now, I've made it. And then little by little, you started doing things. You know, you may upgrade a little bit on the things that you ate, or upgrade a little bit on where you want to live, maybe move out of your parents' house to an apartment or something like that. Little by little, this happened to you. And what was happening was the number one wealth killer, because when you make a certain amount of money, you think, okay, I can do certain things. And so that number one killer, you guys, is lifestyle creep. It's a lifestyle inflation. It's the life that you think you should have because you're making more money. And there's a way to handle this that you can be happy in your current life as well as be happy in your future life. But most of the times we don't do that. We start doing things little by little, maybe upgrading to eating out a little bit more that week or that month because we've gotten this raise, right? Or we may do something like have that latte not only on Mondays at Starbucks, but maybe on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at Starbucks, because we can do that. Or upgrade from the smaller cup to a larger cup because it's just a little bit of money, right? It's not a huge upgrade. It's something that you can do. So you upgrade a little bit. And you do this little by little, and the next thing you know, that raise that you got or that big income that you thought you may have is all eaten up because of these little bitty upgrades that's been nibbling at the income, nibbling at the income, nibbling at the income. It happens to all of us. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. It's something that not a lot of people talk about. Not a lot of people really want to face this, but we need to face it because it happens. It happened to me, and I'm sure it's happened to some of you all. But this lifestyle and creep and lifestyle inflation, unless we can get up under control, it will eat our wealth to pieces. It is the number one killer. Now, with this lifestyle creep, I know you're saying to yourself, like I said to myself, you know, I deserve some of this stuff. I've worked hard. I've gotten to this position. I'm making this kind of money, so I deserve it. And yes, some of the stuff that you do deserve, but you don't want under the name of deserve it to steal your future from you. So we have to be smart about the things that we buy and what we do during this time of potential lifestyle inflation. It is when, just give you a brief definition, this is when the money that you have coming in, and at the end of the day, once you pay all your bills and do all the things you need to do, you have no more money left. And so this is lifestyle creep. It's creeping up and taking up all that extra income that you thought you have. And that's what we have to pay attention to. And there's ways to enjoy it now and still save some for the future. And that's what we're going to talk about. Now let's talk about what's so dangerous about this lifestyle inflation, because I know you feel like I deserve it and that type of thing. But there is a danger zone when you get into this lifestyle inflation because of the money that you're making that is supposed to buy you freedom now has put you into a prison because the things that you're paying for now, it's taking up all your income, right? So that upgraded gym membership or that upgraded house, that upgraded car, the organic meats that you're buying now, whatever it is taking up all of your income. Now you're in a prison. You can't quit the job because you're relying on this income that come in every month to pay for the things that you've gotten yourself into. So that freedom that extra money was supposed to buy you has now put you into a prison. And sometimes we don't see that. We upgrade to a different car. And let me tell you, when you upgrade to a different car, the insurance upgrades, the maintenance upgrades. Believe me, when I upgraded to a different type of car, the insurance upgraded tremendously. The maintenance upgraded tremendously. The little couple of $100, sometimes below $100 I was paying for my Toyota truck in the Benz, it's turned into hundreds of dollars just for maintenance, right? So there's upgrades to everything we do. And we have to watch these upgrades that's eating at us. Now, all of a sudden, we can't quit the job and we have to continue to make that kind of money because we're in the prison of I need this every month in order to support my lifestyle. And that's the danger in this lifestyle creep or this lifestyle inflation. The second problem with this lifestyle creep is that it creates in your mind and for others an illusion of wealth. They see you maybe with an upgraded watch. It may not be a Rolex, it may be a tag or something like that, but they see you with these things, chains and, jewelry and all this upgrade, the nicer clothes, the nicer shoes, the nicer handbags. All of these are upgrades that make you look wealthy. Driving that nicer car, it makes you look like you're wealthy. You've made it, Congratulations, you've made it. But, this is also pulling on your bank account because does your bank account still say that you've made it when you're spending all the money on these objects that you're wearing and driving and living in, yet the money that you may need. And the problem with this too is that one little breakdown, one little emergency can make it all come crumbling down. Because if all of your money is paying for all of these little gadgets and these upgrades that you've gotten, let something go out, let the refrigerator go out that may be a $500, $600 repair, or let something happen to that vehicle that may be $1,000 repair, putting tires on it or anything like that. All of a sudden, your world comes crumbling down because you're going to either reach for the credit card that you may be maxed out on by this time, or it's going to be stressful because it's like, how I'm going to meet this bill now, even though I'm living this life that I thought that I liked. One little thing and it could all come crumbling down on you. So that's the second thing that's dangerous about this lifestyle creep. The last thing that I will say that's dangerous about the lifestyle creep is that you are stealing money from opportunity. Because you have upgraded to all these other places, you don't have that extra money that you thought you were going to have or be making when an opportunity comes along to either buy something, invest in something, you don't have the money. And I have just recently have captured a couple of opportunities to invest in some things to make me more money, but I had to have that money sitting somewhere to access it to do that. So by not spending it on different things to upgrade my lifestyle, I had it available and I took advantage of those opportunities, and those opportunities are paying off for me. So that's one thing that you really don't want to miss, because as things come around, you may meet people, you may see some things, you may see something in the stock market. Just today, I purchased some things in the stock market that I've been looking at, been wanting to buy because I had the money sitting there in my brokerage account. I did not spend everything on lifestyle upgrades or lifestyle creep. So keep that in mind, that you're stealing from your future when you do some of this lifestyle creep. Just to give you an example, let's do a hypothetical calculation. And this is just hypothetical. You can calculate it out if you want to yourself. But let's just say you're making that better money and you're having $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 extra a month that you have something to do with. And you don't spend it on lifestyle creep. However, you invest it in something that can get you 6 to 7% a year. And over time, that can amount out to hundreds of thousands of dollars. However, if you go and blow it on an upgraded car, which comes with, like I said, upgraded insurance, upgraded maintenance, probably a higher grade of gas that you have to put in it, all this upgraded stuff, and eat up that money, now you don't have that to invest in your future. And so that's how much you're hurting yourself. You can sit down and calculate the things that you've upgraded in to see where you are and how much is calculated over 10 years, calculated over 15 years. It could be keeping you from retiring 10, 15 years earlier because of this lifestyle creep. Okay, so keep that in mind when we're thinking about let's spend all our money. I start to say let's blow all our money, our raises, and the big jobs that we're getting on upgrading our lifestyles today instead of thinking about tomorrow also. I promise you, I do not mind you creeping into my YouTube channel and hitting that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay updated to the latest information that I'm bringing to you. It's getting hot, it's getting heavy, but this will help you in the future and it'll help you right now. So next, we're going to go to the solutions for this lifestyle creep that will help you. And if you want even more help, you can click on the button in the subscription down below that for my free newsletter that I send out. I'm dropping gems on the things that I do, that will help me maintain my money in any kind of economy. There are several things that guides me. They're my guides, they're my laws, Adrian's Avenue laws that I do with my money, bar none. I do not waver from these, and I'm telling those to the folks that's already joined the community. So you can go in and get the free newsletter. I'm picking up wherever I left off. So I think there's like 7 or 8 of them that I'm releasing in this newsletter as I'm sending them out to the people in the community. Also, I have the Wealth Therapy cards on there. You can also purchase those. Those are gems for the questions you need to ask yourself even before you meet with a financial planner. You can sit down and really figure out, especially at the beginning of the year, where you want to be in your finances and then follow that plan throughout the year. Now let's get to those solutions. First solution, I want you to be a detective of your own spending. You need to know exactly where your money is going. So if it means sitting down with a piece of paper and pen, if you don't have a budget already figured out, sitting down with a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen, putting down your needs and putting down your wants on a sheet of paper. The things that you need, that you know that you have to pay every month, the things that you actually need, not want. And don't confuse your wants with your needs. There are 2 different things. You need shelter. You need transportation. You probably need a cell phone. Those are all needs. Now the wants, going to Starbucks every day, getting a latte and all that kind of stuff, that's something that you want because you could very well, they sell Starbucks coffee. And I know I'm not picking on Starbucks, but it's a convenient thing to say. This is just an example. I have nothing against Starbucks. I really don't go there because they have sugary drinks and I'm not on the sugar thing right now. So I don't go there to drink what they have, but you can get the Starbucks coffee. You can buy there at Starbucks, and I think you can also buy it at the grocery store and go home and brew your own coffee for a lot less than going to Starbucks. If you like the convenience of it and everything, that is a want and not a need. But you can list your needs and your wants, calculate how much you're spending on your wants, you guys, and you can go and adjust what you're spending on your wants. Do you really need this? Is it something just kind of right now I like to have, or is it something that I can do it out until I get things under control? Is it something that I can do it out so I can pay myself for future and that I can gain more money by doing this? Do I really, really want this even anymore? So write those down so you can know exactly where your money is going. You need to be a detective because the phrase, I don't know where my money went, should never come out of your house if you're on this channel and been following me, because you know the steps, you know the procedures in order to find out where your money is going. You should know that. You, like nobody else, should know where your money's going. I, like nobody else, knows where my money's going because I care about my money more than anybody else, more than any Bank of America or any other place, HEB grocery store. I care about my money. So I need to know how it's leaving my hands going into somebody else's hands. So become a detective of your own spending habits. Number two, another thing we've talked about in the past is to automatically pay yourself first. And since you're making the big bucks, you should have some money in that check to pay yourself first. Pay your future first, buy your freedom to your future, but pay it out to you first. And then you start calculating the bills and the other things that you want to do. But even if it's $50 a month, $50 a paycheck, $100 a paycheck, anything like that, you need to pay yourself first because you need to take care of yourself. Nobody else is going to do that. Your job is not going to do that. If they give you opportunities to invest in the 401k or some type of retirement plan, check that out because that's a way of paying yourself first also. But make sure you're paying yourself first. Take care of you, then take care of the bills that you have. But make this automatic, make the paying yourself first automatic. And once you get your check in, you know you don't have to worry about that and you can allocate that money where it needs to go after that. But automate paying yourself first. Number three, this is one, it's a killer move that I always used when I was working. I even use it now as a realtor when I get my commission checks in. I have things written out, you know, where taxes are going to be, how much money is going back into the business, how much advertising and all that, and then how much money that I need to pay whatever bills out of it that I need to pay, right? But as I get that and things are paid off or paid down, according to my goals list that I already have out there at the beginning of the year, once things are paid down or paid off, then I can allocate money like I want it to go into various stock or whatever it is. For the ones that's getting paid, once you get this raise, your ratios should change. Instead of spending 100% of it out just on lifestyle inflation, why don't you do this? I don't want you to be deprived of that raise that you think you deserve, that you did deserve, you earned it, and you should share in some of the benefits of it, right? What if you did a 50-50? What if you gave 50% that you're going to save for yourself and then use the other 50% for lifestyle inflation or whatever you want to make better in your life? But don't spend 100% on that. Now, depending on where you are in life, you may want to change that ratio to 70-30%. I'm saving 70% of it and I'm only spending 30%. And since you've been living fine off of that money, that other money that you've been getting before you even got the raise, for some of us, we can do 100% or 90-10. I'm going to only take 10% of this. So if 10% is getting you that latte every month and you're not going to change your car, not going to change where you live, you're not going to change the way you dress, you're not going to start buying more things, not going to go on a few extra trips because you got the raise, you know, do that. It's only 10% of your raise that you've gotten or that new salary at that new job that you just landed. So think about that, but do not spend that whole 100% on lifestyle inflation. This way you can enjoy, you know, the fruits of your labor as well as save something for the future so you can, you know, enjoy it in the future also. This is the most logical and thing that makes the best sense. But nobody talks about this. But I want to tell you because that's one thing that I always did. I never spent all of my raise on lifestyle inflation or just didn't know where it went. A certain percentage of it went strictly into retirement funds or wherever I wanted to go, my brokerage account that I knew I was buying for myself. So keep that in mind. That right there is probably the best jewel in this whole video. Think about that. Never spend 100% of your raise. Next up, I want you to embrace the power of a pause. When you see something that you want to buy, pause on it to see, do I really want this? Do I still really want this? What I normally do at the beginning of the year, I make a list of things that I feel like I need for the rest of the year. Most of my stuff is associated with either YouTube or real estate, the cameras or whatever I think that I may need throughout the rest of the year. I'll make that list. Very few things that I need just for enjoyment's sake. I mean, I buy whatever I need, and so there's not a lot that I even want now. But I like photography and I like stuff like that, but it all flows in with the businesses that I'm involved in. So, that being said, make sure you're taking a pause if you see something, like if you see a new TV that you want, or a new phone, or a new watch, or whatever it is, take a pause on it. Do you really want that? And another little secret that I will let you in on, for some of the stuff that I see on Amazon that I want, I go down to where it says price history, and I see what the lowest price of that particular item was. And then I put an alert in on, I want it to drop down to that lowest price again before I buy it. And wouldn't you know, the very next day or the very next week, it'll pop up, it'll send me an email, this price has fallen. And so I can go in. I needed a charger for my, a portable charger for my phone. The one that I had is about 4 or 5 years old. And so it's burning down the battery, charge the battery up, it burns down real quickly. So I know it's getting ready to go out. They don't last forever. So I saw one, I'm like, okay, it's more powerful and it's something that I could probably use. I saw it one day, it was at a pretty good price. I didn't buy it, right? I came back in later on, it's like, you know what, I probably need to go ahead and get that because it's something that I need. So I went back in, it had gone back up to the higher price, the highest price on there. And I'm like, I'm not going to do this. I've done this with several. I just got a new monitor for Christmas and it had gone back up to the highest price. And so I just put in there to send me the email when it drops down, and you can specify whatever price you want. And they'll send you an email, Amazon will, because they want you to buy from them when it drops down. The very next day on this charger, this portable charger, it dropped down. It dropped down to the lowest price it's ever been, and I purchased it. So do something. A pause can save you money, okay? A pause is sometimes good because you can realize, do I really want this or do I not want that? Can I get it at a better price? Just pause on it. Relax, pause. It's going to be around. It's not going to be the last time they ever make it or anything like that. These things come back around. So just pause, make sure it's right for you, and then buy it when it's a good price that you want to spend. All right, the last way to help yourself in this lifestyle inflation, some of us need to, and don't get mad when I say this, come off of social media, this Instagram stuff, these housewives or whatever, to see what's going on, and even some of these YouTube videos that are out there. And I will give you a personal example. About a couple of years ago, I started following various football teams, and seeing these young boys out there, playing football. When they did the interviews, they had these gorgeous large chains on, and I'm thinking, that looks nice. I wonder, can I get a smaller one that's more feminine that I could wear, that I could purchase? But I really like the look of those large chains, and even I have one on right now. It's not a large one, but it has my initials A, or my initial A. And I thought about Adrian's Avenue, get a double A, maybe get something like that. So, but that didn't come to mind until I started looking at all this other stuff on YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that. Who am I trying to follow? Who am I trying to impress? I really only wear these chains when I come on YouTube, or if I go to church or something like that. I'll put a chain on because I want to kind of dress up. So yeah, and then I wear necklaces other places when I go out and that type of thing. But it's not something that I have to have every day around my neck or anything like that. So that being said, some of us need to come off, because you can see something on these Instagram pages, on YouTube, that says, these watches that some of these people wear, they're nice. And I looked at watches at one point in time. I did not buy anything, you guys, because I would rather put my money in the stock market, this is me personally, than go out and buy a chain. Now, gold has gone up. So had I bought the chain back then, I would have probably gained on it, because gold has gone up since that time. And at this point, it's something that I don't even want to go out and look at, because it's something that I don't want to pay that much money for. But if we come off of some of these places that are influencing us and tempting us to do this, if we can't withstand that temptation, just get off. Willpower is great, but if you don't see it, you're not going to want it, right? So sometimes we need to get off of some of these social media places, and it will help ourselves out a lot better or put that on a list that this is what I want to buy for Christmas, this is what I want to buy next year, and start saving towards it. But do not pull from your future savings in investing just to buy a chain or to buy a watch or something like that. Okay. So hopefully you're taking all this in as some good things to think about before you make the mistake of this number one wealth killer. I hope you realize that this is really not living a life about depriving yourself of today and only saving for tomorrow. This is about financial freedom. This is about being able to cover emergencies that may pop up in your life, to live stress-free or with at least less stress, knowing that you can cover certain things, knowing that you do not have chains and bonded in a prison because you have all of these bills on you now because of lifestyle inflation. That's what we're talking about. It's not taking away your freedom from anything. It's giving you financial freedom to do the things you want to do. And we've talked about some solutions that will help you to live now as well as in the future and live a good life, live a great life. But because like I said, before you got that raise, you were probably living just fine, right? So take these into consideration. All of these are good. I used a lot of these myself and still continue to use these methods so that I don't get in trouble. I don't live paycheck to paycheck. I can tell you, I haven't lived paycheck to paycheck in a long, long time because there are certain rules I follow and I do not deviate from, right? So that's what you have to do. And I live fine. I have everything I want right now. If I wanted to buy more, I could, but I like investing in the stock market. I like buying real estate. That's the things I like. And these things are paying me over time. Okay. So take that all in mind. And with that, I will see you in the next video.
Go Adrian. Humble, go get a bless. Let's go.